The coat. They say that two travellers met each other at a junction where two roads joined. One of the travellers was very old, wearing wretched clothes, whereas the other was very strong and young. I'm not sure if the season was spring or autumn, but there were cumulus clouds in the sky. They were as if about to shed rain, and the weather was a bit cold. In this dull, cloudy weather, these two travellers were carrying on their journey, talking to each other. The old man's conversation was very pleasant. Nevertheless, he was a person of rich experience and deep knowledge about life. Then suddenly lightning flashed, and then it thundered, and with the first drops touching the earth, it started raining. On the old man there was only a thin shirt which was in tatters. The young one had both a jacket on and a coat hung on his arm. The young one first wanted to wear the coat, but when he saw that the old man was shivering from cold, he could not bear it. I both have a jacket and I am young, he thought. I'd better give my coat to this old man and let the poor soul be saved from getting wet. Then, "My sir," he said, "this coat is not necessary for me. Take this and wear it. After the rain finishes, you can give it back." The old man wanted to refuse his offer first. "My dear son," he said, "may Allah be pleased with you. You are very kind-hearted, but I am already old." Later, the sun appeared, and a very bright and warm weather spread all around. The young man looked at the old man. "My uncle," he said, "my coat has been very useful for you. You are lucky that you met me. Otherwise you would be soaking wet, believe me." Being embarrassed, "You are right, my son," said the old man. "May Allah be pleased with you. Believe me, it has been very useful for me. I am already old and have some illnesses. If I also got wet, what sort of a situation would I fall into? This is nothing to do with luck. This is only a favor of Allah and a mercy of you, my son." Anyway, they continued their journey. After they had walked for a while, the young man entered the conversation suddenly. "Old man," he said with a grinning face, "this coat saved your life, really. If I had not given this coat to you, you would have been like a little kitten shivering in the cold." From the embarrassment and also anger, the old man had a kidney ache, but did not show anything. He still expressed his appreciation. "You are right, my son," he said. "It has been really useful. May your life be long and healthy, my son." They again carried on walking and talking together. The young man, however, could not control his feelings and thoughts. "You dotard," he said smarmily. "You clung to the coat in such a way. A coat made of broadcloth with a silk lining. Well, who has such a beautiful coat? I swear, if my coat hadn't been here, you would have been soaking wet, just like those frogs in that stream." Just at that moment, they were going across a bridge. The old man stopped and looked at the young man, and then at the stream in which the young man had showed the frogs. He then said, "Bismillah," and jumped into the water. He dived and came out. Then he dived and came out again. Then he came next to the young man, water dripping from all over him. "Look, my son," he said. "How much could I have got wet in that rain? I think I would not have become as wet as much as this. You now shut your mouth. If you mention one more word about your coat again, you will have to guard yourself." And then he walked away fast and left the stupidly looking young one behind him in bewilderment.